Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be more popular, to have people buzz around you? Imagine a life where everyone finds you charming, eloquent, and simply not able to get enough of you. That's called charisma, and research has shown that it is not something people are born with, nor something that only attractive people possess, but rather charisma is a set of learned behaviors that I'll be teaching you in the next 7 minutes. Hi, welcome back to this channel where we cover psychology, health, and life hacks. My name is Dr. Aziz. I'm a psychology graduate of Cambridge University and also a medical doctor. In this video, I'll be covering the best-selling book, The Charisma Myth by Olivia Fox Cabane. The myth on being born with charisma is quickly dispelled. Quickly start learning how to develop charisma. First of all, let's define it. The book doesn't actually give a formal definition of charisma, but I looked it up for you. The Oxford English Dictionary defines charisma as the compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion. In real-life term, Olivia Fox's broad definition is a triumvirate of power, presence, and warmth, and we'll explain how to develop all three a little later. But first, why strive to be charismatic? Charismatic people have an instant magnetic effect on others. They are charming, persuasive, and impress all around them, all with seemingly no effort. They lead more successful lives, and compared with the average person, they are more attractive, earn more money, and exhibit lower stress levels. In the world of work, people like and trust charismatic people more and follow their leadership. One study showed followers of charismatic people often made significant sacrifices in their own personal lives, often exceeding their official duties in almost subservient devotion of charismatic individuals. Charisma is beneficial for everyone, from doctors whose patients are more likely to follow their advice to stay-at-home mothers who can charm and influence all kinds of people, from their own children, school teachers, and other community members. Charisma is first and foremost body language, and this begins in the mind. Whether you like it or not, beyond your control, your body reveals your mental state. The limbic system regulates your behavior, and you have very little control over it. For example, anxiety produces a micro-expression that observers will pick up very quickly. On the other hand, you can also develop giving off signals which are charismatic. Since we cannot directly control body language, the key is to do so indirectly. Our brain cannot differentiate reality from imagination, so by simply creating an internal charismatic state, our body will reflect this externally. The number one component in appearing charismatic is presence. That means being aware of what's happening moment to moment and being present with the other person completely, listening with intent. Bill Clinton was renowned for this. In a room of 100 people, if he talked to you, you were his sole attention, and he gave his 100% attention to you, making you feel like $1 million. But being fully present can be difficult. There are never-ending distractions around us, and brief microsecond episodes of your mind wandering off are picked up instantly. A simple, effective technique if you find your mind wandering is to wiggle your toes. Just by doing this, you come back to the present and refocus on the person you're with. Power and warmth are hugely important when it comes to charisma. Surviving as humans has always depended on others who are both powerful and kind. Having a kind and strong friend could save you from the saber-toothed tiger, or a sympathetic king could save you from execution. Both power and warmth are necessary. Someone powerful but lacking warmth may come across as impressive but also cold and arrogant. Someone warm but lacking power may be likable but also pushover and overeager, both uncharismatic traits. In sum, be willing to use your power to help others. It's important to recognize that there are 4 charisma styles. Focus charisma, fully present, think Bill Clinton. Visionary charisma, that is inspiring people to believe in something, think what Steve Jobs used to do. Kindness charisma, making others feel seen and accepted, think Mahatma Gandhi. And authority charisma, making others believe you have the power to change their lives. In choosing a charisma style, 3 factors need to be taken into account: personality, goals, and situation. It is also important not to go against your own natural personality, rather work with it. First impressions are paramount. Once you make a favorable first impression with someone, it has a knock-on effect on the rest of their relationship with you. As economist John Galbraith mentioned, we seek to reaffirm our first impressions rather than to dispel them. 3 key steps in making a charismatic first impression. Number 1, a firm handshake. Number 2, make others feel you are similar to them. By nature, people feel more comfortable with those who behave and appear like they do. Number 3, adjust your demeanor and language to the other party. Again, use language that they are familiar with. The author then comes on to some potential obstacles to appearing charismatic. Essentially, anything that makes you feel physically or mentally in discomfort can affect your performance and body language that you give off, which in turn affects others' perception of you. An uncomfortable suit, not enough sleep, being hungry can all impair your performance. 3 key steps to counteracting discomfort. Number 1, prevent. Plan ahead, do your homework and prepare adequately. Number 2, recognize. This relates to the present. If something is going wrong, be present and aware of this. Number 3, remedy or explain the issue once you have recognized it. If you're wearing a heavy suit, for example, and the interview room is too hot, simply take the blazer off. Olivia Fox then moves on to other inhibitors of charisma: internal discomfort, negativity, or shame. Shame in particular is the intense fear-based feeling that we are flawed and therefore we do not deserve love. This feeling causes us to fear we will be excluded by those important to us. So how do we combat these negative feelings? 3 strategies: de-dramatize, destigmatize, and neutralize negativity. Number 1, de-dramatize. Tell yourself that issue at hand isn't really that serious. For example, you can imagine yourself simply being a physical entity with certain chemicals flooding your system. End of. Think of all the other countless number of people who have experienced the same feelings, especially people whom you admire. Everyone has experienced low confidence, anxiety, and shame at some point. Remember, shame is a normal part of human experience. Acknowledge, learn, and move on. Number 2, the second technique to overcome negative feelings is to destigmatize. This is to remind yourself such discomfort is normal and an integral byproduct of our survival mechanism. Number 3, neutralize negativity. This simply means to realize that your thoughts are not necessarily accurate. For example, if someone yells at you, consider the fact that the reaction may actually have nothing to do with you, but rather to do with issues in his or her personal life. In summary, everyone can be charismatic. We can all be magnetic. We just need a suitable mindset to display the correct body language. In every aspect of your life, think power, presence, and warmth. Integrate all 3 and you too will soon be exuding charm and charisma. Anyway, I hope you learned something useful and enjoy this summary. Another fantastic and related book that takes a deep dive into body language is by ex-FBI agent Joe Navarro in his book What Everybody Is Saying. I'd strongly recommend that book, and you'll find the link below for my video summary of this gem. Anyway, if you want to keep learning about psychology, medicine, or life hacks, hit the like, subscribe, and notifications button. Any suggestions or comments, feel free to post below. Until next time, stay safe.